Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel Wrestling with Books, where today I have a book tag for you. We are doing the book dating history tag as part of my Bookmas in July, where I'm posting a video every day in the month of July. Vlogmas is something YouTubers do, and Bookmas is a term coined by Haley and Bookland, where you just talk about books every day rather than just generic vlogs. So I thought I would do it in July this year, since I don't know if I'll be able to do it in December, because I normally post Vlogmas for my other channel, Wrestling with Disney. But today I saw the book dating history tag a long time ago on the Nerdy Narratives channel, and I love her channel. I couldn't find any videos that said like original Hey Tom, that said original in the back, but you know, we're gonna make do, right? Okay. First loves. Prompts, first love, you know, what book was your first love? And childhood books, The Little Babysitters Club, not the Babysitters Club, but the Little Sisters Babysitters Club with Karen. Those I really liked. And then through school, I didn't really like books. I liked the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. I liked that a lot, but it was really once I got into college and Twilight, Something Borrowed by Emily Giffin, that was a big one. Those were probably what I would credit most to really enjoying reading. Bridget Jones, like, I just kept reading good books. So that kind of was my first book loves, but I do also have to credit book blogs at the time. So let's say not early 2000s, but between 2005 I graduated high school, graduated college 2011 in the winter, January season. So around that period there were a lot of great book bloggers. Some of them even did YouTube, and The Story Siren, Perpetual Page Turner, YA Bibliophile, they gave me life. They would do this series called In My Mailbox, and every Monday they would show all the books that came in the mail. I loved it. I loved it. It was like BookTube before BookTube was a thing. It was really, really fun, and that helped fuel my love, as well as Chicklet Is Not Dead and Chicklet Central. Those are two other blogs I really liked. Outside your genre, what is your favorite genre? What book do you really like outside your genre? So my favorite genre, I really do read everything. I read, you know, a lot of nonfiction, self-help, memoir. But I'd say my favorite is either contemporary or young adult. I love those quite a bit. There's so many books, so many genres that I like. But I don't think I could pick one that's out of my genre, because I like them all. I like them all. If you can read them, I like them. Okay, next up is catfishing. What book catfished you? Was it good or bad? And I do have a book example for that. It is The Duke and I by Julia Quinn, and it's a catfish because I thought it would be as good as the Bridgerton series, season 1 at least, and it was not, because you only get the Duke and the Duchess, fine. But like, believe it or not, because for a romance novel, I think that you'd think there'd be more sex in the romance novel than the show. No, they have more sex in the show. They have a lot of sex in the show. Like, that show was crazy. And and you get so many more different storylines starting to weave through. And when I read this, I felt catfish, because I discovered that you're really just getting one story per book. So you don't get any side plots with Benedict or anybody else in the book. So I did feel catfished by that. Next up, next question is, does size really matter? What matters more to you, the length of the book or the ocean of emotion? So obviously the ocean of emotion, but I do want to say, when I am looking very often on Amazon, at least when I'm looking for Kindle books, it will say the page length, and when I see that it's like 125, I'll be like, what is this? This isn't a real book. And then like, I'll keep looking. So I guess I do it does kind of matter, because when I see that it's super short, I don't consider it the same. And I also don't really read novellas. So size does matter. I don't seek them out. It's not that like I wouldn't read it, but I don't seek them out. Out of your league. Name the book that is way out of your league, but you went for it anyway, and it is The Whale or Moby Dick by, sorry, I just got a text that distracted me. Herman Melville? Herman Melville. And, you know, I was enjoying Moby Dick, but it was just a bit out of my league, and I think it would be something that, I don't know, I might enjoy more reading it in a class or a buddy read where you can kind of talk about what you've read and, you know, talk about what is happening, because some of it did just like go over my head. And the next question, I have to turn off notifications when I do these things, because like the mind, how do you guys, does that happen to you guys too? If you notice you have a text, does it like linger in your mind? Maybe. Kiss, marry, kill. Name 3 books that you kiss, marry, and kill. Okay, so for this, I'm gonna do books that I've read this year so far, because if I did forever, it'd be really hard. So I'm going to kiss, I'm gonna kiss In a Holidays. I did a reading vlog for that. In a Holidays is by Christina Lauren, and it was so sweet. Just want to kiss all the time. It was kissable. It was just a sweet, sweet, easy read, and I loved it. It's about a girl named May or Maylin who keeps reliving the same winter Christmas vacation at a family friend cottage or cabin, and keeps reliving it, you know, until like I guess the magic spell is broken, so to speak. But it involves loves and Christmas, and it's fabulous. So I will marry The Other Merlin. I really liked The Other Merlin. It's by Robin Schneider, and I'm picking it to marry because I mentioned earlier that young adult is one of my favorite genres, so YA is something you're gonna be with forever, so why not pick something that's that I've already aged out of. This book is about a girl. She is Emery, and she and her brother are both, you know, the kids of Merlin, who has trained them in wizardry and sorcery, and Emery's better at it than her brother, but because of the times they're in, the brother is sent to be the next sorcerer or wizard for King Arthur, and she ends up going in his place, and so she's pretending to be a boy, and you know that always leads to all sorts of problems in these YA books. Oh, but it's so good. It made me want to read much more Camelot stuff, so I hope you guys add it to your list. And I'm gonna kill The Greatest Secret. So this book is by Rhonda Byrne, who writes The Secret, and I like the book. I love the book The Secret. It changed my life. And the next book, The Power, I really like that too. Then the next one was The Hero, and I was like, and I think there's one called The Magic, and that too was like, and this one was a catfish actually, too, because it's really just quotes from other people. It's just quote, 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 then she'll say a little bit about the topic, then more quotes, and then she'll quote, and then she'll be like, the quote is from my teacher. They want to be anonymous, but then, you know, don't put them in then, because it's weird. I don't know. I didn't like it. It's just, you're just reading quotes, and it's like putting out a compilation album. That's what it felt like. So I'm gonna kill The Greatest Secret. Next up is the ex you just can't let go of. What book do you keep going back to? Harry Potter. Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling is my ex. It is what it is, you know, and that's, I feel like, in a you know, when you get to that point in a relationship, maybe when you're younger and dating, and it's like, yes, okay, you tell your friends, sorry, I know they're bad, they're horrible, I'm still not over them. That's the case here. I'm never gonna stop. Never gonna stop. Never gonna stop reading Harry Potter. The bad boy girl. Name the book that is the bad boy or girl on your shelf. For me, that is Sex, Lies, and Headlocks, The Real Story of Vince McMahon and the World Wrestling Federation by Sean Askew and Mike Mooneyham. This book obviously needs an update, because, like, boy, the real story of Vince McMahon. Vince is the epitome of, for every rat you see, there's 50 you don't. Because Vince was already so eligible for cancel culture, like on arrival. You know, there's so much stuff that gets aired on TV now, like a Dark Side of the Ring and stuff. You're like, really? This guy did this? And nobody cares. And he just struts off SmackDown Live and Raw. He doesn't care either. But yeah, so I'm gonna pick that to be the bad boy on my shelf. And this book just tells some of the more the dark side of wrestling. There is a show called Dark Side of the Ring. This isn't affiliated with that, but this was the first thing like that, where it was kind of all the, there's some really bad stories of stuff that goes on in that world. So it gets into that, and it's written in a really compelling way. Friend Zone. Name the book that you know will be a good read, but you're kind of into this other book for now. So that is happening to me right now. I'm finally reading. All right, so when I was talking about my book blog days, this was huge during the book blog days right after Twilight. It's called Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. And Maggie, I believe, still writes a lot of books, but this one was, like, I feel like the first big one. And it's about a wolf pack, essentially. A boy, a teenager, who is part wolf. And I am enjoying it. It's, for a young adult book, I find it to be heavy. The writing is very good and heavy. But I'm also reading a Christmas book, a lighthearted Christmas book at the same time. So since I'm doing Bookmas in July, I'm trying to get that Christmas book done. So this has kind of been put on the back burner while I finish that Christmas book. And let's see what our next question is. Let's get nosy. Tag 3 or more people to spill the tea on their book dating history. So I don't really know that I have anyone who will want to do this tag, but maybe they will, and maybe they'll make it this far and find out they've been tagged. It's kind of like a fun mystery to find out. So I'm going to tag Lindsay B. I said 3 people. I'm gonna tag Percy Does Everything, because that's always safe. And I am going, should I just do Heather at the Disney Housewife again? Heather, I'm just gonna do it again. Shelly and Heather are always my safe ones. I almost called you Percy. Codename Percy, right? So that's her Instagram. Anyway, so that's who I'm tagging, and be sure to come back tomorrow because I will be doing another video in honor of Bookmas in July. We're almost through. Can you believe that, like, I've done it? Because I can't. See you tomorrow, guys.